What's going there? I said what's going everybody on. I'm about to mess that all up. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thingos back again for another video. And today what I wanted to do is I wanted to make a follow-up video on the video I made about Damien Darkblood a while ago when the show was around like episode 3 or 4. I think it was around episode 3 because episode 4 was when Cecil Stedman actually got Damien Darkblood and sent him back to hell. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about the Invincible Amazon animated series, and we're going to be going over the character of Damien Darkblood. Now, what I really thought was interesting about the character of Damien Darkblood in the animated series is that they made him like significantly better than he ever was in the comic book series. His comic book counterpart looked a lot like Rorschach with the way that his costume was presented, like the trench coat look and the pants and the hat that he wore and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people say they actually prefer his look from the comic. Me being a fan of Hellboy, I actually kind of like how he looks in the animated series a little better, but I can see where the appreciation is for the comic book appearance of Damien Darkblood as well. They're both good designs nonetheless. I just kind of personally prefer the animated version, and I prefer the animated version in more than just appearance with how he's, you know, portrayed and everything. Now you have, I think Clancy Brown is his name, the guy who does the voice of Mr. Krabs and 1,000,001 other good voices. The guy's an amazing voice actor and on-screen actor. He actually does the voice of Damien Darkblood. Now, the cool thing about Damien Darkblood in the animated series of Invincible is that they redid the whole like setup of the narrative of the first season. They made it you know, separate from, like, different from the comic book, where when the comic book everything kind of happened kind of fast and was just thrown at you. This was more slowly built up in the background. It's like a murder mystery that had multiple different parts to it being put together with a lot of different characters, piecing it together until eventually it all just came out in the end. Damien Darkblood was the first one to put together the pieces of this puzzle. He was way too ahead of the game, way too smart. He saw this shit a mile away. Cool thing about his powers is that he's actually able to touch blood or DNA, you know, probably sweat or what have you, something somebody might have touched, and he can actually see what was happening with that material or with that blood or whatever he touches. He can see what happened to it. I don't know how far ahead his sense extends. I don't know like how far he can see into that particular event, but I know he's able to deduce a lot of good facts and a lot of good, you know what I'm saying, he can speculate on a lot of different scenarios and stuff like that based on getting this evidence this way. And he was able to figure out that for a fact that the only people that was in that room during the attack of the Guardians of the Globe was the Guardians of the Globe themselves and Omni-Man. And somehow Omni-Man is still alive. From there, you start to see him put other pieces of information together until he eventually was able to figure out fairly quickly that Omni-Man was the one that killed the Guardians of the Globe. The guy isn't stupid. And you also get to see what he does even after Cecil Stedman banishes him and sends him to hell, like exorcises him and sends him back to hell and everything. You even see how his presence is still felt in the show. Like the guy was able to leave his notebook for Debbie Grayson inside of their closet, like the closet of Omni-Man and Debbie, like she was able to find it, which looks a lot like the what does it call it? The Necromus Mortis, or whatever you say it. It's the same book that I swear to God looks just like the same book off of Evil Dead. I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, even though I still can't pronounce what the fuck that book is called. But I just was thinking Evil Dead, and I got Evil Dead vibes as soon as I saw that notebook with the little face on it. But she opens up, she sees all the evidence that he's put together so far, and she's able to figure out that Omni-Man, of course, her husband, was the one that killed the Guardians of the Globe. Now, I think she already kind of knew this at heart, but she just didn't really want to question it. Damien Darkblood, he was the one that just really pulled it out of her and made her want to figure out for herself what was really going on. And I like how it all stemmed from him. So his presence was still in the show, and he still had a huge impact on all the events that happened, even though he wasn't even there for the whole time. He was only there for 4 episodes. Now, I seriously wish that they had kept him around for longer. If they wanted to exercise him, okay, whatever, but he still should have been in the show longer for what he was. Will they bring him back? I have no idea. He didn't play that much of a role in the comic. Even when he was played up for a joke. Even the comic book version of Damien Darkblood, which didn't have really no, you know what I'm saying, no like real effect on the investigation at large about if Omni-Man was the one that killed the Guardians of the Globe. He was seen as a joke. He found out that Omni-Man was the one that killed them after everybody else, and that was played up for a joke. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he was never really taken that serious in the comic book, or really had any major effect on any of the characters or nothing like that in the story overall in the comics. So they've already changed a lot of him and done way more with this character than he's ever, you know what I'm saying, did in the comic, you know, in the show, which was amazing to see that. You know, what little that we got of Damien Darkblood, I cannot stress enough how much they improved on his character versus what we got to see him in the comic. Now, I'm not saying I didn't like him in the comic, but he just didn't really, he was a completely different, you got a completely different vibe from him in the comic. You know what I mean? Could have been something there. You liked his design, but they didn't take him seriously, so therefore you didn't either. You know what I mean? So I like what they did with him in the show, and I want to see more from that, but I just don't know how exactly they're going to do it. I remember one of my subscribers actually commented on the Damien Darkblood video and asked me if there's some kind of hell or heaven dimension. How is it handled in the comics, and is Damien Darkblood ever going to be seen again or come back? To answer your question, no, they don't have a hell dimension, at least as far as I know. If they do, let me know in the comments, y'all, but I don't ever remember seeing like hell or heaven or nothing like that. I mean, unless it was like a brief little joke or Easter egg or something, I don't ever really remember like no kind of focus on that in Invincible. So I seriously doubt that they're gonna have something dedicated. Maybe they will, I don't know. I mean, what the fuck was that scene in the beginning of episode 5 or 6, I believe, that had like that Egyptian burial scene that literally was connected to nothing else? So I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they have planned for Damien Darkblood, but if he comes back, I really hope that he does, because I really enjoy it. But if he doesn't, the series did enough amazing things after his departure that makes me want to come back and watch it and see what they're going to do anyway. I enjoyed what little we did get with Damien Darkblood. As for where he is, to answer that question once and for all, he is in hell. I don't know if he's going to come back. I don't know if he's ever going to get out. But they would definitely be doing a disservice to his character and to fans of his character, the TV show version, if they don't bring him back. Because the guy was just dope as hell. And I loved how he was on shit. And he just was, you know, ahead of the curve of everybody else when it came to everything coming to this Omni-Man investigation. So it was dope. And Clancy Brown did a great job portraying his character, bringing him to life. So let me know what you think about Damien Darkblood. I honestly think that he's actually worthy of a little spin-off mini-series, something like that. Just something to give us more with him. You know what I mean? We got more from Titan as a character, you know what I'm saying? Like backstory, you know what I'm saying? Like little development of his character and stuff like that. We got more from Titan in that one episode than we did with the few episodes and the times and moments that we saw Damien Darkblood. So it'd just be cool to have more time with him and really see who this character is, pick him apart, and just, you know, enjoy more time with him on screen. So hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about the character. If you would like to see more with him, a spinoff, anything like that. If you know anything about a lot more of him in the comics, like him popping up in other comic book series, him having his own comic book series, like anything like that, let me know, because I don't know much about this character myself other than what I've seen in Invincible and in the animated series. But yeah, like, dislike this video, share it around, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for more videos like this one. Also, hit the link to the Discord to join Invincible IDs, Invincible Disciples, and you know, we can keep the discussion going on the Discord and stuff like that. Also, join the Facebook group, Viltrumites Take Flight, and you know what I'm saying, stay tuned, man. I'm gonna have a lot of Invincible videos dropping constantly all the way throughout the wait, this dry spell we have until Invincible season 2 and 3 inevitably comes here, man. I can't wait. We got a lot to look forward to with the Invincible animated series. But anyway, guys, I'm about to get up out of here, finish this blunt. Y'all have a good one. Hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. Peace.